Innovative.
Innovative comedy.
Mic check, mic
You
check.
normally just start and we'd be like, oops. Exactly. We'd be like, okay. That was
Just be
the
like,
start.
he'd be like, I've been recording for the last 8 minutes.
I've been recording for the last 11
Like-
minutes.
See, I wasn't off. I wasn't off at all. I was off by what, 3
The
minutes.
whole conversation, here comes Cam. And guys,
Cam is like blackmailing us. He's gonna like cipher through all these conversations.
That's why I had to say we was gonna start.
Cam gonna be like, all right, if you don't want this convo getting out,
it almost did not go through.
wire me $50K tomorrow.
I'm cool as Cam, the coolest motherfucker on the planet, and today I'm here with the homies, and we want to talk some shit and laugh.
Hey,
Yo.
With that being said, make sure you tap in with our website, www.theinnovativeculture.com. Follow us on Instagram at innovative.culture and innovative comedy. Right? Or innovative.comedy.
innovative, cause it's gonna
Subscribe
pop
to
up.
our YouTube at youtube.com.
Instagram know what they
/.
doing.
Innovative
At this
culture.
point.
Who I got in the building with me today?
What's good? It's Tony Grams. Follow me on IG at Tony Grams, TONY_GRAMS. It's innovative culture, innovative comedy. We chilling back here. Who else is up in here?
And you already know the vibe. It's your favorite high, the purest, the dopest. It's the China White, and we are back with another one. This one should be funny for real.
Ow.
So our guest, we have a comedian today, changing it up a little bit. We've had a lot of artists lately.
It's like been
We've
artists,
been,
wrestlers.
because that's because LA been doing their shit. But
Yeah,
anyways,
it is, yeah.
before we get into that, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Luis Noriega, comedian, veteran. I go by the Drunken Sailor. You can follow me on Instagram at Noriega Comedy. I guess I was the first guest on this.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So like, coming back.
That's
was the
so
first-
fun.
Very first,
I
before I
wasn't
was even
here
on
on the
here.
very first one,
He
but
was here
that's
before I was.
awesome.
Yeah, that's all. I was always trying to like get him back.
The
like,
very first one, and that wasn't a good enough running back. That wasn't a good enough introduction.
before the old
I
studio.
didn't know that. That's
before
crazy.
the old studio. He was first garage. Yeah.
You guys moved on
That's
up like the
dope.
Jeffersons, man. Like nicer. Moving on up.
Straight from the east side.
I was too young for that one. I didn't know.
Yeah, it was cool.
Missed
though.
it.
Yeah, that shit was
Missed it,
dope.
Milk.
So
I
it's like
missed
full
it.
circle.
Go
We
ahead.
back. We back.
Missed
It's been a
it.
good. It's been said beginning of July. We here. It's been a lot of good busy month.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's been
June
working.
was a lot.
What you been doing?
Right. I'm about to say, what did you
said
do in
it,
June?
yeah.
Like, recap your June real quick.
Just a bunch of fist fights. No,
Oh, God.
but, no, just joking, but for real. But
Now I don't know.
just shows, and I did the big show with Beef with Young.
Oh,
Beef.
yeah, Young
that
Beef,
shit
yeah.
was cracking.
That
man.
fool actually, big shout out to Young Bees. That fool, I used to do a comedy competition at the Sunset Room, and that fool won one of my comedy competitions.
That dude
I like that
is-
fool.
I met him at Flappers. He was on the show I was hosting. He just walked up, was like, "Yo, I'm from Baldwin Park. Like, tell him when you introduce." And he got up there and just was like electric.
Yeah.
And ever since then, that was that was around this time, 2021.
Yeah.
And so to see how far he's come from now,
Yeah.
to the fool's gone wild.
Nah, it's 'cause
everything.
That
he's
fool,
cracking.
me and that fool used to know this other dude who was the nicest dude in the game, Joel Cholo. Unfortunately, passed away
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
during
yeah,
COVID, man.
yeah.
But that dude
Oh.
used to give us so much advice on the business side of comedy because in the stand-up game, there's get the mic, be an artist, go up there, be funny.
Yeah.
But there's also
it's all, the do's, the don'ts,
Right. But
the
there's
nuances.
Right. And there's also the business side, which is you got to get paid for what you do, market yourself. And that dude, Joel Cholo, was a great mind when it came to marketing. That fool, during Christmas, he used to sell like these little, when you're in prison, you get like a little like gift bag or something.
Yeah, yeah.
So he used to do like gangbanger gift bags. Like it came with like a little toothbrush shank, I think. It came
like a
little
fish
stick-
kit.
Yeah. So he had a bunch of little stuff in there, and I was like, that's genius. That's
fish kit.
it's good marketing.
It's called a fish kit. When you
Yeah.
get in the county,
Yeah.
they give you a fish kit with your razor, your toothbrush.
So he was selling those, and I was like, "That's genius. That's brilliant marketing." And he's the first fool that actually told me when I came out with the Drunken Sailor. The reason I came out with the Drunken Sailor is because some other fools went on a podcast and said that I was a drunken idiot. I was a moron. I'm a Neanderthal. I'm like old school. Like I play football. I like hanging out with rough motherfuckers that like to talk dirty and do dirty jokes. So when these fools went on their podcast and started talking shit, I was like, I am a drunken sailor though. Like that's who I am. So that's when I just doubled down. I was like, fuck it, I'll go by the drunken sailor, and that's how the drunken sailor came about. But Joe El Cholo was the first fool to reach out about, hey bro, that's genius because that is you.
Yeah, it's dope.
And I was like, thanks.
And it's fit.
Yeah.
It's fitting. It's like the character we used to have a hat.
Yeah.
And he just with the little glass.
The little pipe. I come out there. You know what?
Doing his little dance and shit.
But the reason I started doing that too was because I read the book Iceberg Slim wrote a book about pimping. Yeah. And he says the reason pimps dress like that is to get weak-minded people to shut the fuck up and pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
So
peacocking pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. And he said this way before peacocking was a thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
So when I go up there with a hat.
What's peacocking?
Peacocking became a thing in the early 2000s. It's a thing men do to get women's attention, like what peacocks do.
Like when you
when
dress.
you're just like fancy.
When you
Okay.
dress up, like wear a crazy hat.
It's you could do it to where like some dudes do it. It's a way to do it. Like say if I wear like all black, but your shoes might be like bright as fuck and nice
Red.
as fuck.
Like say
yeah.
red. Yeah.
So like somebody they're gonna just be like it just catches it, or it might be the way you wear your dreads.
When I go up on stage, I go up with glasses, like a sailor hat, and a pipe. And right when I go up, people will shut the fuck up, like, what the fuck is up with this dude? Like, they pay attention, and I got it from that book,
It's
the
a sailor
pimping
hat.
book.
Sailor hats are pretty sexy.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
He said, yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, but that's where it came from. So, like, sometimes
thank you for the compliment.
when you go up there, part of in the beginning, you got to get people to shut the hell up to pay attention to you.
Yeah.
So if you're already like looking weird, people are already like
they're trying to like
right. And that's why I do it. A lot of people were talking shit about it, like, oh, he's hacky. I'm like, yeah.
And I heard a OG just recently, I forgot who I heard say it, but they're like, you're not supposed to look like you're there to watch the show. Like, I heard somebody, and I was like, when I heard that made sense. Because sometimes I'll be like, man, I shouldn't wear this, or I look weird, or it's too much. But I forgot who the fuck just said that. I heard that shit no more than like 3 weeks, maybe a month, and they were like, when you're performing, you're never supposed to look like you came to watch the show. Like, you shouldn't look like everybody else in the audience.
Yeah, so
should
there you
be
go.
on stage.
Like you was standing around waiting to get picked.
I'm like, I don't know who the fuck I heard just
But
say
I had a
that shit.
motherfucker talk shit like, oh, that fool's hacky, this and that. He has to dress like that to be funny. So what I did back-to-back shows, I had a show on Friday. I went dressed in a Calvin Klein suit.
Hey.
I went dressed like with a suit.
He was in the Matrix. He was Morpheus.
But I did my material. and I killed. The next day, I went dressed like the sailor, same material, and I killed. So it's not the look, it's the material. You're still going to be funny regardless, but other fuckers are going to hate.
Timing, everything.
Yeah. But people
Reading
are going to
the room.
Yeah.
Because even when you came to Crows, he came and like, motherfuckers was like, hey, this dude is funny. Like, and they still to this day talk shit about certain comedians that female and male that be doing shows on Sunset every other week.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, what was up with that chick, that dude? And they were talking about, yeah, that the fuck? And then they'll be like, what about that person? They'll bring up certain people to come back.
The thing is, I've always been in bars, and I that's where I get most of the material. I know how to make drunks laugh, and like fools that are like just dirty. Most people that like me,
they with the shits.
No, yeah, that blue collar like want to hear dirty shit.
And half those dudes are like refinery, longshoremen, rail workers. It's like they're blue collar, but that's the thing. They're hard working people, but they got bread.
And they want to hear something funny.
And a lot of times they're hood dudes that didn't change their life to get that job, so they relate to all the hood, grimy. You say some shit, they gonna be like, yeah.
And when but when people look at me, they look like you look Armenian, dog. You don't even look Mexican. And like I grew up in Boyle Heights, dog. I'm hood as hell. Like I grew up like in gang infested Boyle Heights in the 80s and 90s. So when they hear me talk, they're like, dog, you're like one of us, bro, because you don't look like one of us.
You don't carry. And I used to get the same shit before I kind of changed how I presented myself. I think when people don't see you, that was one of the most questions I was asked when I started doing comedy. Like, oh, how long have you been here? I'm like, I was born here. Yeah. It's just I don't look like I'm not in a Dickie suit and Chucks no more. I don't have braids. I'm not like my homie. That was me for years until I got older and in my early 30s. And I really remember looking in my closet one day and was like if somebody invites me to dinner, I really can't show up and look like an adult. Like I got like Dickie suits, jerseys, and
I got a lot of wrestling shirts too. I got a lot of like
same shit like that. Like fucking, I got a fucking Spider-Man shirt on right now. But that I had to upgrade shit because I was like, damn, if like I really go to a fancy dinner, I'm gonna be in the tan Dickie suit is the fancy one. It's either the black or the tan. I won't wear the blue one today.
You have to have a coat.
Navy blue Chucks though.
If you ain't got no coat, you can't come in.
I stopped wearing colored laces. It's only white laces. That's you being an adult. Like, nah. But I feel what you're saying.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that shit, it was a good show. Beeve is a solid dude.
I saw that, yeah.
Like, great into the turnout.
Yeah.
That turnout, he had at least 200 people. I
Yeah.
think that was probably the biggest show I've done as far as comedian. I've done, as a rapper, shows couple hundred, 400 people, but
Yeah.
that shit, like, I walked by the room because they were like, oh, it's the next door. And then I walked, and then it was like some people, they were like, oh, it's the next door.
Steven's Steakhouse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
that's
I get
good.
to the last one, and I look in.
You know what?
That shit look like a repast or like a
Hey,
wedding
man,
reception.
I'm
or
not
some
gonna
shit.
lie. That place on Wednesdays, I think it's Wednesdays or Tuesdays, they have a bachata class
Yeah,
where they
yeah.
teach you cougars of the ass,
I
dog.
been there.
No, I went one time.
Let me
No,
go.
it's some gorgeous older women.
They
and
say the ice cream is vanilla. I'll be in there.
I'm telling you, I don't know how to dance, but I was there. Like, they pair you up, and then there's some good-looking older women, man. I was like, tripping out.
And I didn't know it had been open that long.
Yo, yeah.
Because I was telling the people at the bar, I was like, yeah, I got a show tomorrow. And they were like, where? And I told them, and it was an old white guy. I'm talking about in his 70s.
Yeah.
He's like, man, I used to go to Stevens when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
And this dude, he's like Mr. Burns looking ass
Yeah.
nigga. Like, and he was
No,
like,
it's been there for a long
yeah,
ass time.
I didn't know it had
Yeah.
been there that long. So
It's good food too. I actually spent a Valentine's Day there once.
That's
Really good food, and like I'm telling you, man, older women that go there.
It was like, it was a lot of women. It was
Yeah.
that show. It was a great show. Beeve killed it. Memphis Will killed it. A lot of the I done booked some people, like a couple singers. He had like singers there.
Yeah, fuck
it was and then the fact that people showed up, sat. No one left early. No arguments. No almost scuffle fights. It was a show. Like, people paid to come watch a show. They got it. People was coming up to me, and low key, honestly, I felt like I could have did better. But it was like one of those, I did it, but it was so many people, like, it was loud.
Yeah.
So it was people like paying attention. But one dude came up to me, man, fool, you funny as fuck, fool. I told my sister, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I was like, he was like, I was like, dude, it's funny.
It's because that's the other thing, man. I did a show a while back in the Valley, and there was this loud ass chick that just got cheated on.
Oh shit.
So when she showed
She
up,
venting.
but she wanted the attention on her.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, why would
This
you
ain't
come
your
to a comedy
therapy
show?
session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I get that. A lot of people that go to comedy shows, I want the
Talk to
attention on
me,
me.
or
I'm like,
talk about me, or talk to me.
And that's
like,
annoying, man. I can't
But-
stand that.
So you
But
don't
I've-
like the crowd work?
It's cool.
But don't make it about you.
Yeah, there's some people that show up. They're like, "Oh, I'm gonna get the attention and the spotlight on me." Why would you go to a comedy show where a motherfucker's been working his ass off to make everybody laugh, and everybody's there to pay attention to you, but you're trying to steal the attention from this guy? And it's cool, like a little heckle here and there. But when people just don't shut the fuck up, it does get annoying. So I can
Yeah.
see why that. Kudos to that guy that told the sister shut the fuck up.
He
Man.
was like, and then my thing, I didn't have to, because I didn't have to really, I was still going, and I could see the laughs.
Yeah.
But I've always, my thing that when people do that and they'll say something, I'll say something back. And if they keep, and I'll answer like one or two questions. And then the way I always, it's worked since I started doing comedy. I'll be like, man, nigga, this ain't no TED Talk.
Yeah.
And then they'll start laughing, everybody else laughs,
Yeah.
and I just keep going.
I did a show the other day at Sage and Whittier, and I do a bit where I kind of give shout outs to the bartenders, like yeah, I give shout out to the bartenders looking hot as hell, and a round of applause. This one girl yells out, HR, like I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, HR? And I went in on her. I started yelling at her, HR, we're at a comedy show. You're fucking. I just gave a lady a compliment, and you're saying HR? Like, really? And I just started talking to her like, look, I had uncles who were in construction. One of my uncles, true story. One of my uncles, there's a rule on a construction site: when you take a shit in a porta potty, don't fuck with that person. Outside of the porta potty, you could fuck with anybody, be crude, be mean, fuck around with them.
Yeah.
My uncle was taking a shit, and this young dude started shaking the porta potty. My uncle got a piece of his shit, opened the door, and threw it in that motherfucker's mouth, and that fucker ate it. After he went to washed his mouth out, they're eating lunch, and they told him, you know the rules, right? He's like, yeah, I fucked up. I shouldn't have shaken them. He admitted there was no HR on the
literally
construction
ate
site.
shit.
Yeah. And that motherfucker didn't fucking complain. He didn't go fucking tell the boss. He's like, nah, that was a rule. I broke the rule. I fucked up.
He didn't want to
owned
lose
it.
his job either.
Well, yeah, he's not gonna lose his job.
But he
but-
was, your uncle probably wouldn't have complained to where he would have lost.
Yeah, but-
it was just the fact that you
That's
fucked up.
crazy.
And again, there is no HR in life.
That's
Everybody
funny.
wants to call HR.
It's funny. Some dude at the bar said that like Thursday we were talking about. It was kind of like light, and somebody said something, and a girl said something, and like somebody looked at me and was like HR, and I looked at him. I was like, I am HR.
Yeah.
Like, and everybody just laughed because it was like, who the fuck are you gonna complain to in
Yeah.
here other than security?
It's a comedy
It's like,
show. Like, what the fuck?
like ain't that HR shit.
But
That's hilarious.
It's
that's funny.
the entitlement that a lot of these people have that I speak for everybody. Like,
nah.
I make fun of everybody.
We're not all
man.
sensitive.
Yeah.
We're not all like.
But
It's like a
punks and shit.
customer service place, like a retail store or something like that. Then you can go call HR. You
Yeah.
can do that type of shit. But like you said, in life, nah, it's not.
That's what I'm
happening.
saying,
This
though.
is
But it's
real
just
life.
weird that people. I'm like, you're gonna complain about a joke. Like I've had certain people tell me like I had a gangbanger one time, like, 'cause I say this joke, and this gangbanger with a teardrop tattoo went up to me and told me like I say this joke where I say like I feel bad for pedophiles in 2024 because if you're a pedophile nowadays, you kind of have to be a chubby chaser because these kids are so fucking fat. It's a funny joke.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a funny joke.
Like, see, Punch appreciates the dark shit.
But-
we
but
on
this-
the dark
right,
shit. So
but
but it's funny.
Right.
It's not
But-
like a creep joke.
but this-
it's actually funny.
But a gangbanger went up to me with a teardrop tattoo, like, "Hey, homie, I'm all about comedy, dog, but you shouldn't be making fun of pedophilia." And I'm like,
I'm all about comedy.
the joke's not about pedophiles. The joke is about how fat kids are. That's the punchline. You got to be really stupid to think that
You
I
just
actually feel
locked on-
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the joke.
And the
You
second
just
thing,
caught the wrong end of the
but the
joke.
second thing, this motherfucker has a teardrop tattoo. Which I'm like, you killed the dude. That's what that means.
Hey, you
I should not be taking advice from you. If anything, like, come on, I'm telling a fucking joke. You fucking have a teardrop tattoo, bro.
The
Like,
fact
come on.
that he said I'm all
The
about
audacity.
comedy,
Yeah.
that
The
makes it even
audacity.
funnier. I'm
Yeah.
all about
And I'm
comedy.
looking at- yeah.
Like, nigga, you know,
the way I'm all about comedy, homie, but you shouldn't be making fun of that. All right, dog.
It's just, when you say, I can just picture like, hey, homie, like,
Yeah.
you got the Raider flag tied
Yeah,
around his neck
no,
and
like,
shit.
all right.
Like, nigga.
But that's why. But again, to me, that was funnier. Like the fact that this was trying to tell me not to do that shit. I'm like, nah, it's a
And
funny
even
joke.
the homie Mario told me, like, we were talking last time I did his show, we were talking about like mics in LA, and he was just kind of telling me about certain rooms. And he was like, yeah, I forgot which one, but he was like, yeah, it's kind of like a lot of these spots you go to do open mic, and they're like trying to tell you after, yeah, you know, you shouldn't be punching down.
Yeah.
And
I keep hearing
it's
that.
like, it's an open mic. That's where you hear I've always told people, if you like those type of jokes, dark shit that we can't do really on stage
Yeah.
without people tripping, go to an open mic. And just because it's comedians telling they're working on their shit, but they're
Right.
telling jokes for other comics.
Right.
We laugh at the crazy, dark, filthy,
Yeah.
ratchet, weird shit.
Yeah.
If it's funny too, it's even better. So
Yeah.
we don't. Our skin is tough enough
But
to
see,
understand.
that's why a lot of people like they tell me like, oh, if you're not making money, you're not really a good comedian. I'm like, nah, like I like comedians that make me think. Like a lot of people say, like Corey Holcomb is one of my favorite
That's
comedians.
like he's one of our
But-
topics today. So
Right,
we gonna get on
but
him in a
even
little bit.
he says it. I'm never gonna be in Hollywood because Hollywood don't want me. Because
When I met him, I was able to tell him about a year ago in front of the Comedy Store. He walked up, I was smoking, and I was chopping it up with him. I was like, bro, I watch you. I was like, you were one of the first people that really like made me watching you on Comic View at like 13,
Yeah.
where I had my first real laugh. Like
Yeah.
watching a comedian where I'm like, my stomach is hurting. And I was like, the shit you say about a lot of these dudes.
what was your first joke that you remember that you're like the first joke you heard that you're like, I need to do this? What was the first joke?
Like I need to do stand up.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't even feel I needed to do stand. People told me for years, but I didn't feel I needed to do it till 2019.
But I tell people because me and my little brother used to watch this.
I just used to be like, I think I'm funny, but I didn't want to do stand up.
HBO used to show this Red Fox special one time, and Red Fox has this joke where he said, and I still remember, me and my brother always laugh about it, but Red Fox like, my wife wanted me to make love to her and hurt her at the same time, so I fucked her and hit her with a brick. And I don't know why me and my brother always laugh at that joke, and like, so I fucked her and I hit her with a brick. The way he just did it was just funny to me, and I was like, this is hilarious. I need to start doing this. So that's when I started kind of like doing more comedy in my younger years, you know?
I've always like watched, like, I think the first one it's weird because a lot of people hate him, like Dane Cook.
Oh, yeah, Dane Cook.
While watching Dane Cook on Comedy Central when I was probably
The
like
energy.
15,
Yeah.
that shit, I remember like
Shocker
being
or
in.
shock?
The one where he's talking about when he worked at Burger King with his brother.
Okay, yeah,
And
yeah.
it was like the lady, let me pickles. I need just pickles. And he was like, I don't understand. You just want a pickle. What the?
Yeah.
And then he was like, what are you doing? What are you doing there? You booting black tar heroin? What are you doing? He was like one of the first.
I like the Kool-Aid man joke.
Yeah, that Dane Cook was. I never understood all the hate he got.
I think because, yeah.
He knew he understood the internet.
Yeah.
And he made a gang of money working the internet and got famous. And a lot of comedians
Yeah, during that
were
era.
doing shows and touring
It's
for
'cause,
10, 15
yeah,
years.
they get mad at another motherfucker that's
Because he
like,
worked, he
yeah.
found a loophole.
Yeah.
And he's actually funny, but
Even one of my favorites was Greg Giraldo, the one that passed away.
he's on my list top
Right.
5, always.
But he used to get mad that he was like, damn, look at all these fools that are making money. But at the same time, it's not about making money. I connected with that fool. And that's why I was like, I don't give a fuck.
My first joke I ever heard him, the first joke I heard him tell that where I was like, he was my favorite was the joke about the Civil War soldier writing a letter home.
Oh, yeah.
And he's my dearest Southern Belle, I do declare this war has taken its toll as the syphilis eats away at me.
Oh my God.
And I was, that he was like, it was Greg Giraldo was fucking, and it was, that dude was a fucking
He said,
genius.
the one that he said, like, it's kind of crazy that I have a computer and the same machine that I used to teach my kids the alphabet is the same machine I used to masturbate. That was a funny ass joke. I was like, that was funny as hell.
Because the truth is always the funniest shit.
Yeah.
So,
and this motherfucker was a lawyer. He went to law school and he said, fuck, I don't want to be a lawyer.
how did he pay? He OD'd, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And like,
He's
there's a cool episode of Dark Side of Comedy. I don't know if you guys ever
really?
watch those. Yeah, where they talk about it. And like, Felipe Esparza comes on and he says like, look, as a comedian, you go up there for 15 minutes and that rush is indescribable.
It hits.
So when you get off stage, nothing replaces that rush. And I agree. Like there's sometimes where as soon as I get off, I'm like, I need to get back up there.
The first time I had that feeling, it was about 5 months into comedy, and I was doing good, but I had a big show and I killed it. I was like second, maybe the headliner. And I had OG comics in the back laughing.
Yeah.
Like, and I was doing crowd work. It was almost like you were in the passenger seat. I wasn't even, but when everybody, I was explaining it, I was like, it feels like when you in the movie when you see Thor grab the hammer while it's on, while the electric is hitting it. That's the feeling you get of like you wielding that hammer and it's just. That shit hit.
That's why a lot of people don't understand the reason I like wrestling. Because my dream was to be a professional wrestler, dog. I want to be a professional wrestler. I got videos. Me and my homies used to fucking backyard wrestle.
XPW.
Yeah, we made a ring, and I used to jump off a roof and land on my homie. But like everybody would start clapping, like "Holy shit!"
It would just feel good.
And when you do something crazy and you get people's reaction, that's the rush. I think artists get it, like when they play instruments. But see, the only way I ever got it was through either like doing stupid shit with sports with my body, and people are like, "Damn, bro, like that's crazy." Like
it's that validation,
right? Like when I played football, I was a small dude, but when you hit somebody and the rest of your teammates are like, "Damn, bro,
you still standing up,"
yeah,
like,
and you get like a rush. I get that same shit when I tell a joke, and people are like, "Oh shit!" It's a great feeling, man.
How long have you been doing stand up?
I tell people since the first grade. I tell people I've been doing this shit since the first grade.
That.
But
I believe it.
seriously, I started taking it seriously a couple years ago. I was in the military for 12 years. My mom got diagnosed with Alzheimer's, so I got out to take care of her. I was depressed. I was sad. I went to an open mic one time and I just started riffing, and like the dude was like, "Dude, you're pretty good, bro." And I was like, so I got hooked. I was going to the LA Film School, and I was still doing the open mic thing, trying it out. I didn't know, like, I thought you just went up there and winged it. But no, a lot of comedians, you have to write your stuff down, practice it.
At least have your topics and your points. And shit.
And I didn't know all that. So when I was going to the LA Film School, there was this little... I used to fuck around. I'm always a class clown, and so I was fucking around with this one dude from India. He looked like Jesus, but like Indian Jesus, and he was like, "My friend, why are you trying to work behind the camera? You need to be in front of the camera. You are a star." And I was like, yeah, I always wanted to do it. I know there's a class. He's like, "Give me your laptop," and he opened up my laptop. He Googled comedy classes, and I found one at the Ice House, Rudy Moreno's comedy class. And he's like, $300, give me your credit card. And I was like, all right, motherfucker.
Give me your credit card.
And he fucking signed me up. No, I thanked that little G's motherfucker. He's working in the film industry, cool dude. But that motherfucker like believed in me that much that he fucking signed me up. So I paid it was like $300. It wasn't that much. Yeah, but I was like, fuck it, I got extra cash right now. I'm using the GI Bill. Yeah. But after that, even the instructor, he just passed away, by the way. R.I.P. Rudy, the Godfather. I don't know if you guys ever knew that guy.
Maybe if I see him.
Rudy Moreno. He was
I know that name.
Okay.
Yeah, now that I know that.
But he was in the game for the longest, and he was the first fool that like, when I started talking to him, he's looking at me, he's like, "Dude, you're fucking funny." And I was like, whatever. Because my dad's kind of an asshole with me. Like, even the first time I did the Ice House, my dad looked at me, he's like...
That's a big accomplishment, too, doing the Ice House.
Yeah, but my dad looked at me, he's like, you're not funny. I was like, fuck, dog. Like,
he's like an OG dad.
Right.
Hey,
but Rudy was the first fool, like, dude, you're just naturally funny. Like, even when we're not on stage, when we're talking to the side, you're making me laugh. And I was thinking, yeah, that everybody done, like, nah, dude, not a lot of people can do that. Like, you're actually pretty funny. So he was the first fool to kind of believe in me. So that's why, like, I always like respect that fool. He's like my mentor and the first guy that kind of guided me and told me like, you got to keep writing.
Just keep going.
Yeah, keep going. And I was like, all right, cool. So like, I feel like I owe that fool a lot, man. He was a good dude, man.
And it's like I felt like it's just like you said, just the working on it and the grind and the putting it in and to putting everything into motion. Watching like the gears of like comedy, when you got to know when the shift
or like that's the thing I enjoy. Like when I go up there and I have an idea and it bombs, and I'm like, I'm not giving up on this idea. I know there's something there, but I got to go back and do it again in a different way. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go back. Or you know,
there's a twinkle, like the Afrobeat joke I did at the special. I came up with that joke while Punch was DJing. They were doing their mix. You and what was it? Ill Technique, and they were all there like mixing, and they were mixing Afro beats, and I was just like in the background just being stupid, and then in my head I'm like. It is true, like people all of a sudden start dancing like this, but they're not African. These are like people from like LA and Utah. Yeah. And they're like doing African choreography because of the beat. Yeah. So I worked
That's
that
with
joke.
Anything though.
But yeah, you gonna just kinda like so I never wrote the joke. I just thought about it for about 2-3 months.
You hear a certain song, and you're gonna like mimic that dance a little bit.
And that's
Joanna. Joanna.
Yeah, see how she everybody, but it was the truth. So when I did it on a special, I never did it at a mic. I just did it, and I was doing it, and everybody was. It went over perfect, but it can go either way. But you know,
when I hear Paisa music,
you gonna start skipping. I got a joke about that. I was like, I grew up on my home from South Salvadorian. So and then like,
is that really a genre?
I dance with the chicks. I dance with the chicks. So I've had chicks. I'll be dancing, and a girl will tell like another girl will be dancing with a dude who's Mexican. And be like, how he know how to do it and you don't? And like, so but I have a joke. I'm like, how come when y'all dance, when y'all do it, it sound all cool. I do it sound like I'm playing one-on-one basketball and shit, like because I got on Jordans, y'all got on boots and shit. So it's just certain jokes when you work them or tell them a certain way with the timing.
Even when I hear fucking like that Asian music that I usually hear like at a massage parlor or something, I feel more enlightened too. I'm like ping pong. He
like
culturally appropriate.
He like curtsies. He like curtsies and shit like.
I just feel like Bruce Lee or something. I feel more zen like.
What's the kabuki theater ass nigga?
See, that's the one thing I gotta give props to my dad. When I was a kid, like a lot of people don't remember, LA was pretty segregated back in the days. LA was like East LA was all the Mexicans, like Long Beach was all like the Samoans and black folks. Alhambra, Koreatown. It was very segregated. But my dad would take me to different restaurants and he'd be like, look, every culture has something to offer. Just go try everybody's food. Don't be closed-minded. You're gonna try some good shit. So my dad would take me to Chinatown. We would go to Chinese restaurant. We'd be like I remember one time when we moved to Hacienda Heights. Hacienda Heights was predominantly Asian. Mm-hmm. He went to this one Asian restaurant that like was only served Asians, but when he walked in there, the fucking cook from the back came out with tortillas. But it wasn't racist. But my dad's
he's like, I got it like that.
Yeah, but it was just funny that the dude was like, "Here's some tortillas for you." He
knew what was up.
Yeah, but
now people
funny.
are too sensitive to be like, "That's good." To me, that's what we call customer service.
Right.
I'm reading the room.
But my dad started cracking up. He was like, "Man,
like I know what you want.
Yeah,
you don't want these egg rolls, nigga. Hey, I got these tortillas. You can roll them up like egg rolls. Like fuck it." But,
I got a question for you. What's up, man? All right, so you talk about like doing the roasts and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So growing up, like, what was like one of the coldest times where you felt like, all right, this motherfucker like trying to give me?
I went to a Shakey's. A Shakey's in Boyle Heights. Like we were broke, so like on Fridays, if we got out at 12:30 from Roosevelt, me and my boys would haul ass to Shakey's to try to get the Munch and Lunch special, which I think back in the day
Shakey's was fire.
Yeah, it's like I think it was like $5.99 or $7.99, and you get like
they had the best
unlimited pizza.
Games.
Yeah. So I went, and there was this dude on the football team. He was like the main head on the football team, and he was trying to punk me in front of everybody.
Trying to make an example and shit.
And I don't know, for some reason, I just started going off on this fool. I started clowning this fool where I had this fool almost crying.
Damn.
And he wanted to fuck me up. Like, but I had the whole Shakey's. I had the Shakey's laughing. Everybody at the Shakey's was like cracking up. Even his boys started turning on him like, dog. And then he got up, tried to fuck me up. But I had a homie who wasn't on the football team, but he was a big dude. He's like, sit the fuck down, bro. Like, you started this. Like, you take it. So that fool sat back down. We all were laughing. And at the end, he was trying to sneak out the back door.
He was running from the work.
Right. But through the back door, it had an alarm. So when he went back there, it went beep, and instead of just walking out, this motherfucker had to walk through all of us, and we all started cracking up even more, and we were just laughing. And
his shit just dropped to zero.
Yeah, but my homies, that's when I roasted that fool, and my homies were like, "Dog, you killed that."
And I've always said, as a Scorpio, I think that's like a trait we have And I've always said that, like,
I want to know what the joke was that made him run off.
Oh, yeah,
I just kept on clown. It was just joking around, like this motherfucker saved all of his money to come here, like, and then he started getting a bunch of napkins, like in front of him, building him a wall, and he's all like, "Bro, you're building a wall to protect you? Like the napkins ain't gonna do shit." And like,
he was trying to like,
yeah.
That was his coping,
Hold on. I wanted to hear
mechanism.
because he's a Scorpio.
I wanted to know
Because I've always said as a talent, we can make everybody in the room laugh except you, and it's like it makes that person so fucking. I've done that since third grade.
You're a
Where
Scorpio?
I'm the first day Scorpio, October 23rd.
No.
Yeah, like,
Why did I feel like his birthday already was like?
That was October 23rd.
That
That was when we had the show.
Okay.
But I've since third grade, I could have the teacher laughing.
Yeah.
I'll have everybody in the class. The teacher will be laughing at you,
Same
and the
here.
motherfucker will be sitting there just like, but
Yeah.
you started the shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, and I feel like we've got that.
I even posted this a while back. I used to get the
My baby
only
daddy
awards
was
I ever
Scorpio.
got was most humorous. When I was in school, like from elementary school, middle school, high school, it was just most humorous. And I would show my dad all proud, and my dad would be like, "You're a
class
You're
clown?
a class clown. You're proud of that?" And he would make me feel like shit. But I'm like, "Yeah, I made a lot of people laugh." He's like, "That's not something you should be proud of. You should try to be a doctor. You should try to be a lawyer. Like get good grades."
I mean, they not funny though. Like, you can still be funny and be a doctor.
Nah, I'm not that. I went to Roosevelt, dog. I went to a horrible school, man. I remember, like, no, I'm telling you, dog. My
Hey,
dad.
do like Lori Lofton, just pay for the grades.
Nah,
You
yeah,
know?
I shouldn't have done that. I remember, like, even one of my jokes is, I remember when I was a kid, I played for Boyle Heights Wolfpack, played Pee Wee football, and I remember one game I really did well. I got like 2 sacks, 4 tackles, like 2 passes defend. Coach gave me a shout. I was like, Noriega, that's the way you play. But I was happy as hell. I was like damn, because I never had a dude. Like my dad never gave me
He gave you that
props.
That, yeah.
I went home and I tell my dad, like, Dad, the coach gave me a shout out. The coach said I did well. My dad was watching TV, he lowers the volume on the TV, and he's all like, "That's Doogie Howser, MD. He's 13 years old and he's a doctor. Come talk to me when you do something like that." I was like,
That's
fuck, what do I gotta?
MPH.
Yeah,
Wait, real
dog.
quick, what was your dad? Like, what did he do?
He was a truck driver.
Oh.
But my dad, like, Mexican,
cold
especially,
memory.
yeah.
cold.
Man, that's cold,
But
right?
That's Doogie Howser.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like, he
in
compares
fucking
what he
PH.
was
That is
doing
going
to
crazy
Yeah.
out
Doogie
here.
Howser on the
Damn.
A 13-year-old doctor. I'm
Yeah.
like, but then I told her, I had a smart mouth. I was like, well, maybe if you moved us to a better school district, maybe I could have fucking been a doctor.
I could have went to a
See, that's
magnet
how I
school.
Yeah, I could have been a
I'm
magnet
like-
school, but
So I was trying to
you-
figure out like if
Charter
this
school.
is like he's like you need to keep up with the legacy type shit, or if
Nah.
it was just I want better for you. I guess.
It's like, but then just how you said that, how the coach said that, and a lot of people don't understand. That's how a lot of dudes fall in the hood shit
Yeah.
because it's the older homie or the nigga that got money or the nigga that everybody in the neighborhood look up to, who might be a shady nigga, but he ain't shady to you and the homies.
Yeah.
And that's how you do it, my little nigga. I see you out. He's giving you that encouragement
And that's
that no one else is giving you.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
niggas just fall straight into
as
doing
men,
dumb shit.
and as men, we don't get that validation as we get older. See, one of the other reasons I like being in the military, because every time I busted my ass, I would get awards, and I'd be like, "Hey, man, you're like the hardest worker." I'm like, I was a cook, man. I ain't gonna lie, I was a cookie.
That's what I would've been.
I joined, yeah, because I was like,
Because I love cooking. I was
not
in
just that though,
ROTC.
but I grew up in Boyle Heights where I saw most of my homies get killed anyway.
Yeah,
I'm like,
so it's like I'm going a different route.
Yeah, I'm not
Exactly.
gonna fucking go kill somebody.
Yeah.
I joined the Coast Guard. It's a life-saving service. I'm gonna be a cook because I'm like, I like cooking. I'd rather be in the kitchen with my mom instead of being like working on a car with my dad. I was like, nah, I'll be in the kitchen with my mom. I don't want to work with you.
I always feel men are like, then they say men are predominantly better cooks than women.
I agree.
And as men, the role of,
Absolutely. I can't
even from the
really lie.
1950s, even though the woman was wearing an apron and walking around the house in the movies, they were bringing the food out. Usually the men were like cooking. Men were always, it's just that's men off through history.
Yeah.
It's always been male cooks, male,
But it's the validation. Like I got it when I played sports. I got validation from the coaches. Like, hey, good job.
Yeah.
When I was in the military, hey, good job. And like now I'm 30. I'm 41 now. Where do I get validation from? I get my validation from the laughs. When I
Yeah.
make people laugh,
That
or when
room.
veteran comics
That
come up to me
room.
like, "Hey, bro, you killed it. Good job."
that shit feels good.
Right, but that's
it
the
does feel
only
good.
place I get it now. So that's why I'm like super aggressive.
I
and super
told that. I
sensitive.
told that on said that on Young Show last time when I was on Young Show, and after we did the festival, and Slink came up to me, and this Slink, I'm playing GTA with this dude before I even met him. Watching him on Black Jesus, all this shit, and then he like, hey bro, I really enjoyed your set. I'm like, no, he like, no, for real, bro, like that shit was funny.
It means a
and
lot.
then like just him saying, and
Yeah.
I've known him for like years, but that just him telling me that shit meant a lot just from any other comic, but especially somebody you look up to.
Yeah.
It's like, I like what you do. I respect what you do. So
And that's the other thing that a lot of people tell me, like, you got to make everybody laugh. I don't. I saw this special where it was Chris Rock, Louis C.K., Jerry Seinfeld.
were they on the couch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Louis C.K. and I think
Who was, I forgot who the other.
Ricky Gervais.
Yeah,
Ricky
yeah,
Gervais.
yeah,
And Ricky
yeah,
Gervais
yeah.
says, I don't want to make everybody laugh. I want to make the comics in the back that I respect laugh.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I care about. If I can make the comics that I respect laugh, I like that. So that's why when I go to rooms, I tell people two people you should make laugh is the DJ, security, and the bartenders.
That's
'Cause
real
they're
shit.
there all the time. I did an open mic at the Haha. Security guard, this big black dude went up to me like, "Hey, bro, I'm here all the time. You're the first food to make me laugh." I was like, "Thank you, dog. That made me feel good."
That's
You remember when
huge.
you guys came to the good night and I was talking to
amazing.
security and I was like, yeah, I know you see. I was like, look at him. He just standing there. I'm cool all night. Just don't fuck up.
Yeah.
And he just started laughing. He was looking like he didn't want to. Then he just started laughing.
But that's what I'm saying, though.
It's like you got to work. And then I look at it sometime of when I do a room, if the whole room is kind of not dead, if the people are reacting. But when I see people that are focused, I'll look straight at y'all. Like fuck everybody
Yeah.
else that's talking on their phones.
Yeah.
And they didn't come to see a comedy show. They just came to kick it. But
Right,
I'll perform
but see, and
for the
exactly,
motherfuckers that's watching.
your target is your target. I did a show one time in the Inland Empire, and there was a little white supremacist with like a swastika on his neck. And like I was like, I'm gonna make this fucker laugh. If anything, I don't give a fuck about anybody else, but I'm gonna make this fucking white. That fucker came up and gave me a hug after the show. And I was like, bro, you were funny. I was like, damn, that made me feel good too, dog.
Yeah.
That I just said like, where'd you buy your clothes? The Columbine section at Walmart. And like that motherfucker started, after that fool started cracking up.
Maybe that's just his style.
I know, but
This nigga dressed like Edge.
right? But
This
like
nigga dressed like Edge.
I
and
started
Christian.
fucking with him, and he
think
was
you know me.
laughing. And
You
but
think
like
you know me?
the fact that fucker had the swastika and comes up to me and hugs me afterward, that meant a lot to me. Yeah.
Some people done changed their life.
Yeah.
And then they just ain't got the money to cover the tat yet. That's
Right.
what I'm saying.
I keep telling people the Chris Rock special, the one where he talks about his dad getting the big piece of chicken.
Yeah.
And I
That's
can
one of my favorites.
no, but
He even did it on the show
Right.
on Everybody Hates Chris.
Right.
That's my favorite.
That
But-
shit was funny when he did it on Everybody Hates Chris.
that set and that special kind of showed me like, look, he's black, a little kid in Brooklyn during the crack epidemic, and he's basically saying the only reason I made it out of there is because I had a mom and a dad.
Yeah.
I was a little Mexican kid growing up in Boyle Heights with a bunch of gangbangers. The only reason I made it out is because I had a mom and a dad. And so I'm like, you know what? We're not that different. And that's the thing about comedy. That
Everybody
it makes you
connected.
Yeah, and it makes you like, damn, we
You
kind of
exploit the connections,
Yeah.
and then
The
when
same
people
trauma bonds.
when people realize they're
Same
all
trauma bonds.
when you say something and people you ever tell a joke, any joke, and you're like on stage, and you talking, and you say so, it's like I'll catch myself doing it. I'll be telling the joke I'm doing my set, and you say one thing, and somebody's like, man,
Yeah.
and then like, and you be like, bro, and it's like you
They relate to
automatically
you. They relate to you.
automatically almost shift to that side,
And that's-
because you know that, and then but everybody's still laughing.
That's one of the best compliments when people tell you you're relatable. You're relatable.
And I've got that a lot of people like, bro, it's almost like you're not doing stand up. It's like you just like we talking,
Yeah.
but it's funny, but you saying real shit.
Yeah.
And I like that compliment. a lot.
I have a couple fools that we used to do a show. I think you remember that bar that we used to do in Hacienda Heights. I don't know if you ever went there, but a couple bikers from biker gangs.
I think you seen you post. I
Yeah,
think I
the
seen you
biker
post.
gangs actually follow me, and they went up to me. I felt like Pee Wee Herman. You know when he goes to that bar with the bikers. I felt like that because these fuckers.
I love Pee-wee
Yeah, but these fuckers were
R.I.P.
fucking with me. They're like, "Hey,
Yeah.
man, you funny. You like," and they actually went to go see me at another show that I was at the.
That's
at
a
the,
good feeling too. When
Yeah,
motherfuckers just come to you
but
like,
it's
yeah, that's
the
dope.
fools that I want respect from. I'm like, I want respect from these people. These are the real people. I don't care about like these Hollywood
These suits,
Yeah, I don't give a
these
fuck about
goof, these
that.
ass
Like, fuck
kissers.
that.
So like just shifting into that, just talking about the ass kissers and suits and backdoorians.
the politicians. I call them the politicians.
Backdorians.
That's what Corey Holcomb calls them, the backdoorians. You just use, you know what it means.
Hmm.
So it's a nice way so you don't get kicked off of
Professor
YouTube.
Ogilvy?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so like the Corey I watch Corey every Tuesday. He live. He do his thing. He had like Freeze Love on his show last week.
Freeze Love.
Free OG
Oh, yeah,
Freeze
he
Love.
was funny too.
So he got a new special coming out, and he was saying some real shit, like some real good shit. But Corey, so during one of the segments, I would have sent you the fucking clip. During one of the segments, he brings up a comedian And he just annihilates her, just roasts the fuck out of her because he's like she's always starting trouble at the Improv on Mondays where everybody's outside. You know, any club. It don't have to be one of the big ones. It don't have to be the store, the Ice House, the Improv, the Factory. It could be a bar, a dive bar. Like Crow, when we was at Crow's, we'd be in front smoking and drinking. Comedians gather, we cool with each other. It's usually no scuffles. We'll get to that later, but it's usually no issues with shit. And he's like, she's just out there breaking up the peace. And he never drops her name, but he gives a description. And immediately I know who this is because this lady attached to me right when I remember the date because it was a show. It was October 4th, a show I had. Right. And I low-key bombed on that show. That was my first bomb. And I did that. That was the first time I was like, damn, should I even be doing this shit? And it was a Tuesday show. And I went to an open mic at the tavern, the Sycamore Tavern, that on La Brea and Sunset, that's that Friday, and did the exact same set but changed like timing, and literally got a standing ovation. And it was one of the rare nights where the room was packed. And the next week they were like, "Bro, this dude's a killer." I didn't even know she was introducing me when she brought me up because the way she was, I'm looking around like, who they talking about? So but just when I met this lady, I was already like, damn, I fucked up.
Wait, red hair?
No, curly.
Oh, never mind.
Curly, little. She's Filipino and black. Not you though. You've met her. You've met her because she did jokes and notes before, and Warren had to go up and take the mic from her because she was drunk on stage, Lord. Like, and started tripping, and my mom died, and just wigged out.
I did that last past Saturday. Shout out to Bridgetown Comedy. I did that. I had 2 shows that night. One of them was a fundraiser for. Shout out to I don't know if you guys know El Chueco. He's a dude with he's in a wheelchair and he has MS. But he did a fundraiser for the Desi Foundation, which is a foundation that helps out people with disabilities live on their own. So it was like a fundraiser. So I was like, whenever it's a good cause, I'm for it.
I'm down.
So I did it, but they kept on giving me free drink tickets.
So you got lit.
And then it's a VFW, my VFW that I'm usually at. So the bartender, cute ass girl, was pouring them heavy-handed, and I got
hooking it up.
So when I went to the second show, I was already sloshed, and I just go up there and I kind of had one of those sets where like my mom, like the same way I was just crying on stage.
But you were still doing your comedy.
I don't even remember. I blacked out, dog. I don't remember.
Because she went up and it was just like. It was, I don't know, bro. Like it was awkward.
Yeah,
it was very awkward, and he just she probably got 3 minutes in.
Damn.
And so that was one of the last times I seen her. But this person we used to hit every mic, every show together, and then I started feeling like I feel like she's just using me for like security so she can move around because she's this cute little small chick. So Corey just literally bought this person up and was like, she was out there starting shit with comedians. She's out there like with a little dog, and I'm like, she had the little dog. She bought the dog from Charlie Murphy when he was still alive. Like, and that's her claim to fame. She's like cool with Jim Carrey, and she's worked with Dave Chappelle. Yeah. She was like a writer for Brandon T. Jackson, and I don't know what the fuck he did to where she was the writer for.
That's crazy.
Like, yeah, because I know he did movies, but so her attachments were like very strange. Damn. And it was like, it just got weird. So I cut her off when I started seeing I was like, we cool, but then I started noticing little shit like when we get around people at the Comedy Store, you act kind of like brand new when there's certain people that be out and crack them up every Thursday and they cool with me.
I haven't gone there in a while just because
I haven't been there like 2 years.
No, because I heard another comedian go on a podcast and he said like anybody could be funny in those rooms because it's 30 people that have 2 drink minimum and they're there just to watch the comedian.
They bought a ticket to laugh.
But go to some of these bars on the outskirts of LA.
Where somebody went to watch a Dodger game.
Yeah, there's a Raider game, Dodger game going on. There's loud music. There's people talking.
Go perform in a tattoo shop.
Can you get their attention? And I say it builds character. It's kind of like you learn more from fucking a whore than you do a virgin.
Real shit.
And so like. That's why I say those rooms are whorish because you got to get their attention and you got to bring your A game to get some laughs.
You remember when I invited all you guys to the Sugar Shack?
Yeah,
and you guys came when I was hosting, and that was the most. That actually when you guys came after that got me like co-hosting job there because they saw it was like 13 comedians showed up that I invited. Yeah, and it was usually this is like a hood ass room, like
I ain't gonna lie,
like hood motherfuckers.
One of the reasons I went is because I used to go to First and King back in the days. It was a strip club back there.
Yeah, he knows. He like Cam even knows. Cam's sorry.
I ain't gonna lie. I saw
Cam, man. He just.
I saw
Cam immediately.
The whole time we started talking about strip club.
But Soon as,
Cam's like,
soon as
yeah.
First King.
First
First King.
yeah.
All right, my bad. My
You
bad.
say first and king.
My bad.
It is first king.
But I remember.
He's like, sir.
No, it's
First
because
King
I ain't gonna lie. Even,
was
all
across
right.
the street from
King
the
Henry's.
Barbary Coast.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Barbary Coast, yeah. Oh, yeah. King
No, but
Henry's
see-
is on 135th.
Even well, so back in the days, even
Yeah.
strip clubs were kind of segregated. So me
Yeah.
and my homies, we used to go to the ones in LA, but it was a lot Hispanic or Asian. There was not a lot of black girls over there. So one of my homies was like, "Hey, let's go over there." Like we went over there, and yeah, like it's like
it's cracking.
yeah. And so we were having a good time. So we'd go all the way over there, but like. So when you told me, I think I know where that's
It's
at.
a whole
Let's check it
different
out.
vibe.
Oh
huh?
yeah.
You
Yeah.
walk in, it's like.
It was cracking. They can't.
No, but I'm saying
Bands
compared
make
to
it
the
dance.
LA shit,
Bands
like he
make it
said,
dance.
you walk in, it's all dark and shit, right? It's like
It's like you can
they
barely
play
see
that
eyes. You
fucking-
just
And
see
they have
smoke.
that
Some
and they
soft rock music.
Yeah, like soft music. I'm like, and the chick's like doing ballet on stage. I'm like, what the fuck
What
is
the
this?
fuck?
It's some weird strip clubs, man. Like,
A clie.
yeah. But that's why when I went for, I was like, fuck yeah, I'm having a good time.
Man,
Right
you
here.
walk
Like,
in, that shit lit. They got some
Yeah.
fucking
They got
loops
Magic
and
City
shit like
and
that
shit,
playing.
like-
I remember,
Yeah.
but the funny thing is when you go inside, they had the thing that they have for like when you get on a train, those metal things. They
Oh,
had
yeah,
they had
yeah,
one
yeah.
in the entrance. I was like tripping out. I was like,
Oh,
why would they
yeah.
have one of those at the entrance? That was weird. And then like there was one lady had a fat ass, but she was wearing a trench coat. Like I guess she didn't want guys to
She
grab
wanted
her.
to see the
But
ass.
she had like I
You
was
could
like,
tell it was
damn, like
caked up.
I'm definitely gonna get dance from her later on, man. It was fun, man.
But
You had to pay to
all
see
those
something
spots,
else.
I used to say about the Sugar Shack. I used to always say the Sugar Shack is the equivalent to like if comedy was a video game, the Sugar Shack is like the heavy to the final boss. Or it's like if you can make it into that room, you about to like
Yeah.
because that room was rough. But it wasn't, but it was.
Yeah.
Because I've seen
What do you
dudes that
mean
are
rough?
it's because
hard to get the attention of the people.
Or and if you do,
yeah.
it's like they came because they know us, but you could smoke in there. People is talking. There's a lot of hood like gang niggas in there. So it's compared to these people who've been in Burbank and
Yeah,
North Hollywood,
where, like, it's nerds with their
yeah,
laptops
and they're
and
like they're laughing at your transitions. They're laughing at
Yeah.
anything. So you feel good, like I can kill any
Right.
room. And then I've seen dudes that are on MTV and go to the Sugar Shack and come off sweating.
Yeah.
And then Stink go up after them, and then I go up after Stink, and we both kill it.
Yeah.
And then but they're the most famous person in the building. And,
But it's just certain
and
rooms.
nobody
certain-
reacted to it.
Yeah, certain rooms people fuck with you. That's why I say like I've done biker bars. I've done like white supremacist bars like in an empire. I've
Oh,
done.
so you a racist? No,
No, but
Tell
fuck.
the truth.
I didn't know. I was just like, all right, cool.
He's like, I was
Tell
just
the truth.
saying.
What's your favorite crowd to like go up in front of?
I like
What's, the
everybody.
He's like the Nazis have a
No,
quite,
no.
they have a little je ne sais quoi.
I like. My dream. I'm trying to take Richard Pryor's route. I want to do a strip club. If you could
That's
do a
dope.
strip club and get the attention of dudes that are there to see titties, but they're like, I'm gonna pay attention to this motherfucker. That's what I want to do.
Were you at the Jokes and Notes
crazy.
New Year's show where he had the strippers?
Oh, see, I would've
See, I
done that.
did that show. It was a New Year's Eve show.
Hey, what if you
and it
told
was kind of
jokes
like he had them out
while
there.
they dance?
Oh my god, we've had so
That'd be
many.
Like,
cool.
like you on stage with them, you feel me? Like
They
the
posted
ball
it
right
out.
That was
there.
during
I would
COVID.
like
That would
that.
be
That was a-
crazy.
that
We'll
was
see.
Right at the
crazy.
ending.
Okay.
It was right
You
at
should
the
set
end.
that up for your birthday. That would be like,
Well, there's one time when I was in the military, when I was in the Coast Guard, we pulled into Costa Rica. And when we pulled into Costa Rica, it was like this bar. We couldn't really go far, but like, so this bar, they brought all these girls, like dancers, like strippers. And I just got the microphone from the DJ and I just started riffing. I started doing that and my homies were cracking up. They're like, dog, you're killing. And I was just messing around, like joking around. And like people were like cracking up. They were actually paying more attention to me than the actual strippers.
Yeah.
And that made me feel good. I was
Like,
like,
we
damn.
out
Right.
here.
So I kind of did do it, but that was in the military.
just imagine though, the girl go up on the pole and you say some funny ass shit.
Yeah.
Now she just lose her balance and fall.
right.
That'd
Be funny.
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
It would add to the joke.
No, this one time I went to a strip club in East LA, and it was like this one strip club, but I'm like, they'll let anybody work there. There were some girls there, but there was this one.
That's what
big,
the homie said
there
about
was
the
some one-
Barbary Coast.
Man, say the name. Come on, put it out there.
It's called Alameda Strip. It's on Alameda,
Mm.
but there's a couple girls that when they go up there, they look like the fucking Al Pastor tronco, you know the. And I was like, God damn, dog. And I said that. I said.
Damn, when it's rotating
He
around
said
the
the
little
trunk.
rotisserie.
He said the trunk.
So when I said that, I
Nigga.
kind of said it, but I said it loud.
The shawarma.
But the fools that were in the front row started cracking up like, you're a dick, dog. I'm like, nah, I'm just fucking around, though, bro.
funny
They
as
do
fuck.
though.
Some of them do. Like, so, yeah, that strip club.
That-
Sam's got some
and-
hot
and-
and girls. I ain't gonna lie.
El
Sam's strip club.
Pastor's fire anyways.
I saw Money Mayweather there one time with a bunch of money, just making it rain, and like that was
He
crazy.
said just like just throwing it.
Yeah, I was on a budget, so I was like, damn, I was
Like,
just.
I'm gonna use this little 50.
I just like got to the table next to him, like pretend I was part of the entourage.
You're
I'm
like, I'm in the TMT.
Yeah.
I'm with the money team.
fuck that motherfucker was making it rain.
Like,
though.
yeah.
Said I'm gonna sit right behind y'all.
Yeah, he like just got I'm gonna slide one of these
Yeah.
bills back with my foot. This is 20. It's a 20.
Yeah.
Like so, we got a few. We almost near the end. So I want to get into this the one of the topics. The main topic of. Well, not even the main reason I've invited you here because I wanted you to come, period. But it is one of the main things that have been going on in your life, your career.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing you post about it, and I was like, shit, I want you to.
Nah,
And
look,
so
man.
we've been dealing
Yeah.
in comedy. Cat Williams started this year talking about a lot of joke thieves, a lot of just thieves in the industry. Period. Just
Yeah.
taking characters, taking. I've seen it happen to people. I've seen it's happened to me. It's happened to bigger people, newer people. But recently, it's not even. I don't know how recent, but he's been going through it.
The thing is, it happened a couple years ago, and the thing is, this motherfucker kind of smeared my name, and that's what pissed me off. I don't give a fuck about it, but he smeared my name. Okay, so a couple years ago, this motherfucker, I'm doing comedy, riding, busting my ass. I do a joke where I tell people like, oh yeah, when I was 15 or 13, my dad took me to a brothel in TJ called Ade. And then a motherfucker in the audience was like, Adelitas, which is the name of a whorehouse in TJ. And I point at that motherfucker. I'm like, this motherfucker knows.
Exactly.
Everybody
Exactly.
turns on him.
Yeah.
It's my joke.
Yeah.
I wrote that shit. This motherfucking dude, I'm not going to mention. Should I mention names?
If you want, I'm not.
I mean, he knows who he is. Everybody in the comedy game knows who he is.
We might clip this shit up
all right.
anyway. So.
But this motherfucker stole my joke verbatim. I went to a Brutus bar in fucking, I think it's,
Because he's been on the show before.
right. He was a homie. He stole my joke verbatim. He doesn't know I'm in the crowd. When I get up, he sees me, runs up to me like, bro, I'm so sorry I stole your joke, but you should feel honored that I'm stealing from you. If I'm stealing from you, I'm stealing from the best. So if I'm stealing from you, you should be honored. I was like, all right. I kind of didn't get mad. If people know me, I get angry right away when someone fuck me over.
Same.
So I didn't know what that was at the time. I guess that's considered gaslighting.
Yeah, and it's like you looking at it as it's a friend.
Yeah.
So I'm not.
like, all right.
I give friends the benefit of the doubt of other than strangers. I don't take off.
Right.
I don't take off on friends like I would take off on a
my
stranger.
fucking Homer Simpson mind, it took me like 6 months to fucking like get drunk and snap. I was like, wait a minute, this motherfucker stole my shit. So I got angry and I texted him and I told that motherfucker, if you ever steal my shit, I'm gonna fucking Joe Rogan your ass. Don't ever be stealing shit. I fucked up because I accidentally texted his chick too because I like this chick. She was cool friends of mine, but I told her, I'm sorry for what I'm gonna have to do, but I'm gonna have to destroy your man. I'm gonna have to fucking put him on blast. But now this motherfucker's hiding behind
Dismantle
her.
this nigga.
This motherfucker's hiding behind her like Billy Zane in Titanic. Like, I have a child. I have a child. Yeah. But this fool went on a group chat and
say that
fucking
shit
told
all
a
the time.
bunch of comedians, Noriega's crazy. He's threatening my girlfriend. He's still telling people that I threatened his girlfriend. I never threatened nobody. Like, she's 100 pounds.
Yeah,
Another thing,
soaking wet.
yeah.
Like-
The funny thing is, a couple years ago, this motherfucker, when he broke up with her, he asked me to take care of her in the comedy game. Like, hey man, can you keep an eye, make sure other guys don't come around her? I'm like, yeah, dog, cool. So I'm okay to fucking protect your girl from other dudes, but once I catch you stealing
now
a
I'm the
joke,
creep.
now I'm the bad guy. Now somehow I'm an asshole. So I told that fool, don't steal shit. If I like, whatever. I didn't see him for a long time. Ironically, I catch that fool at one of my bars. He was there with another comedian. Other comedian had to hold me back because I was like, if it ain't the joke stealing bitch. I went up to him. Other comedians holding me back. This fool tells the truth. He fucking opens up. He's like, yeah, dog, I'm sorry I stole your shit, man. Like, I fucked up. Like, I shouldn't have stole. And even the other comedians looking at me like, wait a minute. You're telling the truth? Why would I lie? Why would I lie about my
just
joke?
make about one specific
And then not
joke?
just that though. Why would I threaten a 100-pound girl? He's hiding behind it. That's what he's trying to tell. I've heard promoters tell me, "Hey, bro, I heard you're threatening a woman." He's using
That's
her.
also he's there telling you.
Yeah.
When you start fucking with business,
Right.
it's going to a different.
And
level
if you took it like a threat, I'm sorry, that was not my intent. It's kind of like if I say I'm gonna murder you on wax. What does that mean?
Yeah, I'm like, we getting off on these mics.
Right.
There's nothing physical.
Right. Or
It's like-
if I go to a bar, I'm gonna fucking kill. It doesn't mean I'm gonna kill. It's just I'm gonna destroy
I'm not
the
killing
show.
people in the bar.
Right.
I'm killing
But
it
he's
on
trying
stage.
he's trying to twist the narrative, which I'm like, all right, dog. So this motherfucker even had the balls to say that I was intimidated by him. There's YouTube videos of me at the Haha doing roast battles. There's videos of him doing roast battles. Check out the difference. I did 3 roast battles for Los Digits. I didn't lose a judge's vote.
Yeah.
Like, all the judges voted for me each time I did a roast battle. I didn't lose one judge's vote. Check out some of his jokes. And you're going to tell me that I'm making this shit up, that I'm crazy? No, you stole a joke. Not just that, though. I caught this fool while, and I don't feel comfortable when he's in a room. Like, I don't feel comfortable like when he's in a room because I'm like, if I do another bit, is if we're gonna steal my shit.
You're gonna try to
and then he's gonna
Frankenstein
tell everybody like, oh, he's crazy. Like, dog. I saw that fool at the mix the other day, and I was pissed because he never cleared it up with all those comics. Even some of my homies were like, I don't know, bro. Like, we're believing him. I'm like, dude, you guys are my boys, and you guys are gonna believe the word of this motherfucker.
I don't like when that type shit happens.
Yeah.
That makes it because then you have to look at everybody.
And it made me look crazy because I'm like, dude, I'm not lying. But now when I caught that fool at the mix, now he's switching it up. It's like, it's been too long, bro. Nobody remembers. Like, he kind of turned Ted Bundy on me. That I was like, whoa. It's like, bro, like, you got no evidence anyways. Nobody's gonna believe it. You're a drunken idiot. Like, don't. And I was like, this motherfucker. And now he's even saying I could have came in with that joke. If anything, like, he's almost claiming.
He's trying to validate it in his own mind of.
The jacked up thing is, this motherfucker a long time ago went to a trip in Louisiana with Timmy Red. Came back with a joke.
All right, Tim, right, yeah.
He came back with a joke where it's like, I do my parking lot pimping at the Planned Parenthood or something like that. I do my pimping at the parking lot of the Planned Parenthood. And I told that fool, that's a funny joke. And he tells me, I stole it from some black dude in Louisiana, but fuck that dude. He's never going to make it. So I was like, wow, the balls on this motherfucker. So basically, I'm going to do all the work, and you're just going to nitpick my shit so that you could fucking advance your career or whatever. I don't really give a fuck. It's the way he talked to me. Yeah. This motherfucker was like, you ain't gonna prove shit, dog. Nobody believes you. You're a fucking drunken idiot. Nobody believes your ass. I was like, wow. So if I put it on blast, and if it's out there, people could look at him, look at me. I don't really give a fuck. If people don't want to work with me, but when he's telling people that I threatened this chick, I'm like, you asked me to protect her, and now when I catch you stealing, now I'm the bad guy? How does that even make the math? And he's also saying that I was after her. Everybody in the comedy game knows I like my women thick. Yeah. Come on. I even got made fun of one time because I was trying. There was a comedian that started an OnlyFans, a thicker girl, and I was like, "Damn, I'm thinking about following her." Another comic started laughing. Oh, she's fat, dog. Like, not fat, she's thick. I can handle that. You guys can't. That's why, but everybody
knows,
right?
Yeah.
I like thick women.
All his posts, everything.
I post pictures of who? Cherokee the ass, Julie Cash. All my favorite porn stars are thick women. I'm not gonna lie. I like some petite women too, but that's not my cup of tea.
It's like they're still women, but it's
preference.
So this
motherfucker's trying to say that I was after her. I'm like, dude, she's like 100 pounds, bro. I'm not into skinny chicks, dog.
Yeah, it's not like
it's crazy.
She's like very slim.
Yeah. So,
she's cute. She's
and she's a cool writer.
Yeah.
But I feel bad that because of this fool, me and her are no longer friends.
That's crazy.
Me and a bunch of other comedians that I started with like think I'm crazy, and even they look at me like, yeah, bro, I can't believe you threatened. I'm like, dog, I never threatened her. I just told her I was gonna expose her boyfriend for being a joke stealing bitch.
And this is all on YouTube?
No, well, the evidence is because this idiot told me I had no proof, but I did a show in his room in Downey, and he recorded me doing the joke, and he sent it to me. So I'm like, you gave me the evidence. Not just that, though, but I have video of me doing that joke 2 years before I even met dude.
Yeah.
At the Ice House for Rudy Moreno's class. Rudy Moreno even gave me a shout out and told me that joke is funny, bro. I'm glad. And I'll even tell you when I wrote that joke. You know when I wrote that joke? 2013, I went to SummerSlam with to go see Brock Lesnar and CM Punk. Mm-hmm. I was in line. I have a picture with Big Boy. Big Boy was there. I went dressed like Roddy Piper. We were in line, and Rey Mysterio came out at Staples Center. He came out through like the top. We weren't waiting in line to go inside. And when I was with my boys drinking, and I said the joke like, "Hey, Ray, let's go to TJ, let's go to Ade," and some little kid in the front of us was like, "Adelitas," and I pointed, and the whole crowd started laughing at that kid. I got two of my boys that could tell you, 2013, I wrote that joke. Cause that's when and when I fucking asked them, when I took Rudy Moreno's class, and I told him, "Hey, give me all the funny shit I ever told you guys so I could write it down." My homies were like, "Oh, that time you made fun of that kid." So that's when I wrote that joke and I put it into my act. Not only that, I even have a sticker that I made based on that joke. So all this evidence, because the way he looked at me, like, you got no evidence, bro. You got no proof.
He just was like, fuck off.
And he was like, fuck you, dog. It's like some white privilege shit, dog. Like, I'm like, that's damn, crazy. This motherfucker's just gonna steal my shit, trying to make me look crazy in front of everybody. Fine. Everybody knows I'm crazy. I am crazy. I am nuts. I've been in a mental institution. I don't give a fuck, but I'm not a liar.
Yeah.
I'm not a liar. Yeah. And if you fucking... I did a show with that fool a while back. I just wanted to see, like, because he wrote...
Just to see what he was working on.
And I destroyed that fool. Even the little hater was like, damn, fool, I should have got you to close out the show. Like, that motherfucker said I was intimidated by him. I'm not intimidated by anybody. Yeah. I'll respect motherfuckers. I've done shows with other motherfuckers kill me, and I'm like, dude, respect. You fucking killed. Not a hater bone in my body, though. But the way this fool talked to me, dog, and like the way he went running to like other big name comics,
Just to
hey
try
man,
to like cover his ass.
he's being mean. He's threatening my girlfriend. Oh my god, you could ask Chica. You know Chica?
Yeah. Chica
Ask her-
911.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ask her about my character. Ask her if I've ever been disrespectful or an asshole with her.
But I just know just by being, and we all know the same people.
Right, correct. But this fool's telling all these people all these lies about me, and even other producers are coming up to me and showing me the text. Hey, fool, this fool sounds scared. To be honest, the way he's writing all this stuff, I kind of could tell he's lying, bro. I kind of believe you, and I'm like, yeah, people are gonna believe me because I'm not lying.
It's the truth is out there.
Right.
We all go through this shit with like just certain joke thieves or whatever.
But
it is.
this motherfucker made me look crazy in front of other people.
He has to cover his
I
base, his
and
foot trails and all that shit
I
that he
never
did do it.
But I never did anything bad to this
nobody else
dude.
gonna trust him. It is some people. It's not even that you have to do something bad. It's just they look at you like,
You're a bitch.
or
And I'm like, I'm no bitch.
or yeah, he's not gonna do. It's just nothing's
Yeah.
gonna happen behind this. Like that's how you said the black dude in Louisiana.
Yeah.
And it is like fuck it. So.
And now, but like now I was trying to make it seem like I've never said any of those things. I got witnesses, dog. You were in my garage with witnesses, bro. Like that when you said all this. Like if you don't want to believe my shit, like go look at the jokes, go look at the facts, look at my material at the haha, look at your material. Why would like?
You should do like a YouTube video.
Huh?
I mean, if you can say it, if you want, we don't know who it is because he
Everybody knows who it is. Nah,
Yeah.
and if he's out there, fuck that fool. If you know where to find me.
I said we gonna clip it up. So it's but that's because I seen the post. I heard him talk about this or seen him post about this for a while, and then he had started making posts last week about it. And then I seen who it was, and I was like, "Oh shit! Like this motherfucker."
It's because we got in a little scuffle at the mix.
That's crazy.
But it wasn't even a scuffle. He spilled my beer on me, and then he tried to hug me, and then security broke his. And I told him, "Well, take a swing, bro, because I'm gonna end your career right now, dog. Take a swing." The fact that the way he turned and was like almost Ted Bundy is like looking at me like nobody's gonna believe you, bro. Everybody thinks you're a crazy
That's
drunk.
like
I was
crazy.
like, wow.
It's just like I'm in your head.
Yeah.
Ted Bundy is a crazy comparison.
No, man, that's some psycho
wild.
shit, bro. That's why, look, I'm out here. I'm telling my truth. If you don't want to fuck with me, don't want to believe me, cool. Don't believe me. Hang out with that fool. You'll get to know him. Rotten fruit falls by itself, bro. Like that's.
Yeah, that's real shit. But shit,
Or
it's
it gets the other fruit around it rotten.
Yeah, and that's cool.
fuzzy.
Yeah, and I just want my name to be cleared. I never threaten anybody. Show the text messages. I'm an idiot, so when I say shit, I don't mean it that way.
But it's like niggas know
yeah.
the context.
But
If
it's
you're
like,
just directly
yeah.
threatening someone.
I said I was gonna
Yes.
expose him for being a joke stealing bitch. That's what I said. I'm a fucking.
But people think now these motherfuckers are that sensitive to where they'll take that. I mean, like I said, I had Warren took a joke from me and put it on the Tubi special,
Right.
and I'm like, that's my joke. And I seen that shit, and I still haven't had the chance to see him, but because I look at it like I don't do your shows anymore.
Yeah.
And I
see-
don't even talk to you anymore. I
And
don't
that's
follow
Probably
you.
why he felt like
I think, and I feel like that's why. But that
That's
makes
why
it more
he-
reason.
yeah.
But then, do I have to go find you now?
Yeah.
Do
Well,
I
see,
have
that's
to
what
go-
I did. See,
and then do I look like the bad
See-
guy because since I don't do your shows, why did I
Right.
show up to this show?
And-
then I tripped. So that means you just showed up to
the
trip.
jealousy and envy in this game is
So it's
weird,
like a
bro.
double-edged
Like,
sword.
I've never been jealous of anybody. I'm always a congratulator. I am competitive, but I congratulate when people do well.
Yeah.
There was another comedian that told another comedian that I was talking shit about him. Made the whole thing up. This comedian was a gay dude. I went to a gay club to find this motherfucker, and I told him, "Hey, bro, I never talk shit. Who told you
where
that?"
you at?
Yeah,
You
no, I
walked
went
in
and
the
found him.
motherfucker.
I was like dancing, having it's some rain and man. I was like, but the comedian was looking at me. This comedian was looking at me. He's like, "Dog, the fact that you came and found me at a gay nightclub."
This nigga pulled up to the Blue Oyster.
Yeah, dun, 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 dun.
Nigga walked up to the Blue
But
Oyster.
that fool
like,
believes me now. The gay comedian believes me now, and we're homies.
Because the truth always is
Right,
gonna come out.
and that
no
was
matter
like
how long it takes.
It takes a motherfucking psycho to come here to prove his innocence, and you came. I even told that fool I know who it was, and the reason he's mad at me is because I never kissed his ass. He was like a comedian that started out with, but like that motherfucker, like I could tell other comedians were telling, I think he's jealous of you, bro, because like you've been in it 1 year, he's been in 8, and you're already just as funny as he is. And I'm like, but why is he jealous? Thought we're homies, and that's what happens, man. This comedy game is so petty. It's like high school, man.
This nigga got a custom Fruit Loop.
Oh damn.
He said, "Oh damn."
But anyways, I had to air it out. I didn't want to be a dick. I kept the reason.
That's why I was like,
we were supposed to squash it because he told a lot some comics. He went crying to a bunch of comics so that does actually calm down. So I took all the posts down from Instagram.
Oh, really?
Now it's
Okay.
on
But I kept hearing that he kept on sending comics like a essay of like, hey man, Noriega's crazy, man.
He was just his manifesto.
And now he's trying to he's trying to fucking run my name through the mud. And I'm like, dog, all I told you was tell the truth to those comics that you said I threatened your chick and that you stole my joke. Just be honest,
Just
bro.
be honest, yeah.
But
and that's why I said I wanted. That's why when I wanted to have you here. Period. I've been wanting you to come back before that I even knew that happened. So it wasn't like I just wanted him here for some drama. But it's like. One, it's comedy news. This is a comedy. We talk about everything. We talk about sports, boxing, wrestling, but I wanted to. This is comedy news, and it's in the immediate circle of bros and motherfuckers I know and I've worked with, done shows with,
and it just
had on my shows.
It feels horrible when I walk in a room and people kind of look at me like, oh, he's a guy that threatened. I'm like, dog,
yeah, that's
really?
weird.
So now I want that fool to get the same experience. Whenever he walks in the room,
make a joke about it.
I'm writing this into a bit. Trust me.
This will be a special. This could be at least a 30-minute.
It's gonna be a good little
30-minute special.
Movie. It's a movie. Shit,
I said you could do a deep dive on YouTube, just edit all the
and again
from the messages.
It took me a while to come out with this because it took me a while to
together.
come out with this, but it's kind of like that episode also of The Simpsons where Homer creates a flaming Homer,
and
Mo takes it, and
yeah.
Homer just says "fuck it," I'll look like a crazy motherfucker, and he just gives out the recipe
and just fuck it.
I'm like Homer, dog. I am a Neanderthal. I am drunk. If you see me out there acting like, stay away from me. I really don't like a lot of people. I only fuck with a certain amount of people.
What that post with Robin Williams? He's like, "What does it feel to be the most hated man in America? In a country full of Neanderthals and assholes, I wear it as a badge of honor."
Yeah, fuck yeah, I do too, bro. Fuck yeah.
I just posted that shit the other day.
I wear it as a badge of honor.
That shit is dope. But that's like I said, I wanted him here for that. It was a great show. We definitely gonna have you back. I want to have you back. Like I said, Ben want to have you back.
Hell yeah, man.
Because we got shit, and I want to have him back just to talk about a wrestling show. Cause he's a major wrestling fan, just like I'm a major wrestling fan. But we out of time. We invented
that edible got me floating.
You did take one that looked like the little like you. I thought you was eating tobacco. I thought that was chew. It looked like chew. I was wondering. I was like, she done moved up. I was like, she didn't fuck cigarettes. Yeah, she out there. She like, so when did you start doing comedy? Ding, got a little spit bucket under the table and shit. But what do you have coming up? Like any shows?
I got one tomorrow here. I'm very disorganized when it comes to like my posting, but I got one tomorrow here.
Literally just funny. That's
Aaron Villagran has a new room. Look, I always post up like people. I tell people about you all the time. I tell people that I fuck with. Hey, book this guy, book that guy.
Thank you.
I always tell people like that motherfucker's good. Like get him. I'm not a hater. I congratulate, but tomorrow I got follow my Instagram. I don't even know what the hell I got. I got a bunch of shit, but I think I'm gonna contact High from being in here, man.
What's your Instagram?
At Noriega Comedy. At Noriega Comedy, but I also go by the Drunken Sailor. I have a little sailor hat on there to promote, but you'll see the shows. You see the shows.
Sex sells, guys.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm high as shit, so y'all just stay addicted and follow me on Instagram. The China White. I don't even got it in me. I ain't gonna get It's Milkit's fault. Shout out to Milkit Media and DJ Punch in our audience today. Yeah, everything's in my bio.
All right.
So Tony Grams, follow me on IG at Tony Grams, TONY_GRAMS, innovative culture, innovative comedy, and just follow my posts for any shows. I don't even know what the fuck I got coming up, but I feel like it's something coming up. I just check my emails.
Cam, you
gonna check your emails, or you want them to check your emails?
I'm gonna check my emails so I can tell y'all what I got coming up. I think we all like a little cooked.
You didn't hear.
I'm glad that door was open. At least the door was open. Shit, we good.
Cam, you high?
I could tap in with me at COOAZZCAM. Tap in with our website, www.theinnovativeculture.com. Tap in with our Instagram, or follow us on Instagram. I can't, because they closed. Follow us on Instagram at innovative.culture and innovative.comedy, and subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/innovativeculture.
Like, subscribe, run it up.
I got that shit off. We're out of here.
Your eyes was not open the whole time.
The coolest motherfucker on the planet. Yeah, we out. Peace.
Innovative comedy.